Hello everyone, it's Luphisra here, about to play more of the Raven Remastered. I think we're close to the end. Also, thank you for the good luck, Irma. Have a good sleep.
A good rope, and more than long enough to abseil down into the treasure chamber. Oh, cold, dripping wet. I'm not putting it in my pocket like that. No. Inch said everything I need is in the bag. I believe him. He wants the jewel. Until he gets it, he won't put any obstacles in my path. Only one piece left. What's this? Unless this is the most expensive chewing gum commercial ever, Inch wanted me to find the diamond. I'm sure it's not a reward for all my hard work.
Had to use it to cut the glass or something.
I once heard that chewing gum improves concentration. I could really use the help. I can see the treasure chamber. There are several people moving around down there. I think the eye is being delivered. This window can be opened. Must be an entrance for the window washers and maintenance crews when they have to work up here in the cupola. There's a mechanism that opens the window when you turn the crank. I see two contacts down there on the frame. There's a piece of metal stuck between them and fixed to the window. If I open the window, the piece of metal will move, breaking the circuit and setting off an alarm. Unless the guards have been notified beforehand, which is hardly an option in my case, I have to bypass the circuit. How's that supposed to work? The contacts are on the other side of the window. I can't reach them. Somehow I have to get at the contacts of the alarm system and override the circuit. Only then can I open the window safely.
And not cut the glass, the diamond?
Somehow I have to get at... I can't cut any of the windows out of the frame, but this window has a rubber seal on the bottom and the sides. The roof of the museum is now officially drafty. Yes, the aluminum foil.
Anything on electrical boxes? No, it's everything on the window.
That's darn tight. I can override the contacts with the strip, but I can't... Oh, damn! I lost the strip! It would never have worked anyway. The gap was too small.
Okay.
I cut away as much of the seal as possible. I can't make the gap any larger with the knife.
Short circuit it?
Okay, I'm in. And now back and forth and away we go. Got it. The wet rag is lying on the contacts. Excellent. No alarm.
Time to go down.
Without climbing equipment. This is the same climbing equipment that I wore for the burglary in London. Only the mask is missing. Does Inch want to make sure that the security cameras can see my handsome face?
He wants you to be the scapegoat. Obviously. We're going to cover the camera, though. Don't worry.
Okay, I don't see anyone.
Such an attempt would fail here. The display case is bolted to the floor and weighs several hundred kilograms.
What's that? A camera?
The latest model. It's called video.
Damn, he heard everything.
About that. The images are recorded and can be viewed again later.
That's right. Images from all 3 cameras are recorded in the guard room.
Wow.
As I've said, we've spared no effort and no expense.
I think I've seen enough here, but I'm interested in something else.
Just have to hope that Inch knocked out the guard in the guard room. If not, he'll be on his way to check the camera soon. Here goes nothing. The camera is no longer a threat.
Can I go down somehow?
Now or never.
I'm in the treasure chamber.
As a visitor, I'd only have eyes for the jewel. As a burglar, though, I'm more interested in the bulletproof glass, about ½ an inch thick. There's no glass cutter that could do the job.
Is that why we need the diamond?
Of course, diamonds cut glass. And even bulletproof glass is softer than a diamond, but the diamond is tiny. I can barely hold it, and I need to do more than just scratch the glass. Someone could come back any moment, and then I'll have another problem. I need to hurry. I once heard that chewing gum improves... I'll press the diamond into the chewing gum with the tip towards the window.
And then what?
The chewing gum holds the tip of the diamond right on the bulletproof glass. That's promising. This cordon doesn't apply to burglars.
Funny that Zellner and the others are just a room away. Yeah. They don't hear anything or see anything.
right on the bulletproof glass. That's promising. Everything will be fine. Everything will be fine. No, no! He wants to lock me in. But why? He doesn't have the jewel yet. What is he?
He wants to kill you, obviously.
No.
Hide in somewhere. Is there a place to hide it?
Oh, my head hurts.
I'm in the Sphinx.
Constable Oliver. He's totally focused on the hole in the floor.
He's up there, Robert. I know it.
Maybe. Go to the guard room and open the gates.
Tell the director.
Zellner, don't do it. It's too dangerous.
I've got everything under control.
Sorry, Oliver.
Constable. This is the opposite of a clever burglary. Inch must have decided to do it the violent way as soon as he realized he couldn't count on me. I would have died in the explosion and been the scapegoat.
Well, I survived. Fuck you. But we're close to the end. So, Oliver's gun is completely useless. Fuck you, Oliver, carrying a fake gun.
You do it. How did you plant the message on the safe in the train? How did you know that Gebhardt killed the Baroness? And the demolition charge below the treasure chamber? How did you manage it all? Even if your arm isn't lame.
Oh, it is, believe me. I needed help, it's true. A messenger boy to replace my arms and legs.
A messenger boy?
Ah, Adil. This could be interesting. He's quite talented, but unreliable. He has a mind of his own plans. Don't you, Adil?
I never wanted blood to be shed, but it's time to make an exception.
And yeah, Oliver's gun is completely useless.
He only forgot one thing. I keep things firmly in hand.
How did he even get rid of the bullets and change like the
No!
like change the like
Little policeman
gun or anything?
messed with the Raven.
You aren't the Raven. The Raven would never have shot a defenseless old man.
No, he wouldn't have. But now he has. At least that's what everyone will think.
Why does that matter? Who are you?
We worked for him, for the Raven. My brother and I. He's responsible for my brother being shot and for my crippled arm. He sacrificed us.
Who? Who is the Raven?
I don't know. I never met him, and in all these years, I've never...
So you what? You're a criminal and
No one knows who...
you paid your own price. Jeez.
The fact is, he never returned to the stage after that fatal night in Paris.
So you want to lure him out of hiding?
And if anything can, it's the burglary of the century executed by another thief while using his name.
He doesn't come.
But I still got my revenge. The gentleman thief, now a bomb-throwing murderer. Oh, I do hope he is still with us, watching helplessly as I ruin his life's work.
You were a criminal, dude. You paid your own price.
Why?
Your little girlfriend escaped. And if
Like the Raven didn't kill anybody. You became a murderer on your own will, okay? Don't blame the Raven for whatever.
Why did you just shoot poor Constable Zellner, lad? They'll hang you and your accomplice.
And of course, there's only one gun. One shot. And you really think they could get away with their weaknesses? Like, the girlfriend literally saw your face. You really think that he's not gonna, like...
Met your match, Raven.
Not going to, like, tell people that you threatened her?
I beat you.
Good evening, Mr. Inch. The eyes of the Sphinx, if you would be so kind.
You? That's impossible.
The jewels, now. Inch, don't move a muscle. You're under arrest.
Legrand, you shot him. What do you expect him to do? And of course, those were fake because the real ones wouldn't have broke. I thought he was so shocked, I think. But damn. We're towards the end. This recording's only 16 minutes.
The thief who stole 2 cheap fakes and then fell to his death. A shot that no one could explain. But for the newspapers, it was the real jewels that were the heart of the story. The eyes of the Sphinx, reunited in the Egyptian Museum.
What kind of game is this?
The Raven's game.
At least you caught him. Again.
I saw the surprise and the anger in Inch's eyes. He knew he'd been played.
You don't mean...
At first they wanted us to believe that it was Gebhardt. And now we're supposed to believe that it was Inch. He's still out there.
So then, who is the Raven?
I know who he is because I played this game before, but have you guys figured it out yet? Guess it? He's gonna show up soon. Take a guess. Any guess.
Hello there, handsome devil.
Hey there, pretty lady.
Don't! My father will be here any moment.
Did you tell him about our engagement?
She did.
Surprise?
Slipped out of character.
Surprise?
Daddy, we all know
Surprise!
that happened. You were Anton Jakob Zellner through and through, even with the world crashing down.
Surprise? Are you surprised?
Badly did it.
Well, Inch nearly blew us up.
I was surprised the first time I played.
Murder.
Ah, yes. Exciting, wasn't it? I haven't had fun like that since I retired.
Dr. Gebhardt nearly killed.
Writing was on a wall. It's kind of obvious, but also shocking.
Doctor, at least we managed to clear things up quickly.
I would have preferred it if things went according to the old plan. We would have swapped the jewel aboard the ship, and Alex wouldn't have been kidnapped by Inch.
And I'd have preferred it if you hadn't given me a nasty bump on my noggin.
And what would your excuse have been for staying on board if I hadn't? Hey, I improvised.
Good point.
I was afraid Inch would realize you were wearing a bulletproof vest.
He was too confident. After he foiled your plan...
But yeah, as we all know, Zellner,
under control.
he's a good man.
He took a look at the emerald in the...
He didn't want anyone to die.
assumed that they shipped the real jewel from Switzerland.
And after my little tussle with Inch, we had both jewels.
He blew half the museum to smithereens just to steal a fake.
He was always rude and insolent. I never should have worked with him. His double-dealing cost his brother's life.
And his own as well.
I'd still rather see him in jail than in a morgue.
So he caused his own brother's death and then blamed Zellner for it, apparently.
Your retirement.
To the future.
So yeah, it's all a plan that the three of them made to get Inch, who he probably knows is planning on revenge and whatever, because he's the Raven. The game did a good job though in hiding that fact. I'll say that. I will say that. And Legrand's still obsessed.
Finally. Dear Nico, the Raven is dead. Yet other criminals live, and they are more brutal and ruthless than he ever was. Who will stop them? It would be tragic if a good policeman failed to do so because he was hunting for a dead man and ruining himself in the process. Let the dead rest in peace. They are not coming back. R.
Can you guess the ending? Legrand finally at peace with himself and getting a good night's sleep in a matter of days or weeks. I don't know how long this game took place over the time. But that is it. The ending of The Raven. My take is that the medication told Legrand who the Raven was. And why is it so quiet in the credits? Usually there's music playing in the credits, but whatever. Yeah, so my take when I first played this, my thought was that he saw the medication. He knows Zellner takes medication for his heart. He knows what kind of man the Raven is now because he worked with him on the case. He knew that he was a good man. Sure, he's a thief. He stole a lot of stuff, but he's not a man after like money or whatever, you know. He is he has honor. He's a criminal, but he's a thief, but he doesn't hurt anybody. And that's why even in game there's a lot of other people who looked up to the Raven because he's not a man who hurt somebody else. No, he's just a man who plays his little games, I guess, without hurting anybody. So, but with Inch, and everything that Inch went through, I don't know if people still believe that the Raven is dead or not. But at least in the eyes of the public, technically, in the eyes of the law, I'm sure, the Raven is dead. That's it. And like Zellner said, the Raven is dead. He's not coming back anymore. Zellner wants to retire. He has retired. He only came back because like the new Raven popped up. I think that's why Legrand was so at peace after reading the letter because he worked with Zellner. He know what kind of man the Raven is now. And he's right. Can let it all just like down, relax, focus something else, It's a good game, like you said. Good little pulpy fun. Puzzles weren't that bad. And just need more signposts and interactable. Yeah, that's true. I mean, it suffers from a lot of what other games suffer from, like in terms of point and click, where interactables are not as obvious. And this game isn't all that old. It came out in 2018, so it's just a couple years ago. But hints are not that obvious, especially when you're stuck. Yeah, the one sin, the canopic puzzle for the door that you cannot back out from. And the worst part of that puzzle is also that you can't refer to your notes. I was smart. I took a photo with my own phone beforehand, so I knew what was what. But imagine if someone didn't do that. If they're just a normal, like, casual, like, gamer, and they're just, like, clicking, and they think, because every other puzzle in the game, you could back away, you could look at the notes. Yet they got to the canopic puzzle, and then you can't do anything. You can't back out, you can't look at your notes, you can't save, you can't go back to look at the canopic jars and figure out, like, what was what. And the instructions to the puzzles were unclear. I know they're probably trying to do the realistic thing where if you're actually there, you don't always know what to do with the puzzle, right? There's no instructions for you. But it would have been nice if Zellner mentioned something, like made a comment or something, or have like a question mark and tell you how to solve the puzzle or whatever. Then you wouldn't be so stuck, right? Because I was very stuck on that puzzle. It's like, is it the inside or the outside? And then you look at the walkthroughs, like every walkthrough is different. Some say the symbols have to face the outside. Some say you have to say the inside, and it doesn't make sense, right? So there's that. That's the only complaint I have. And yes, towards the end, the writing got a little bit off compared to the rest of the game. Wasn't that great, but not terrible. It was not terrible. It's still a fun game. I would say like I enjoyed 90% or like 98% of the game, because only 2% is like, the canopy jar puzzle and the little logic thing at the end, which for the rest of the game though, like before like it was fine. Like we played through it and everything seems to make sense, right? But then towards the end, like they were building up inch so much that it just didn't really make sense. I mean, they did try to like kind of like make it so that it made more sense with the whole plan and all with like Zellner, but still a little bit. A little part of it doesn't really make that much sense. But overall, I still really enjoyed the game. It was still very fun, right? I would say still I rank it A. It's a good game, and you get to see all the different like aspects, because a lot of games, like even with like say Stobart, where you only play as like one side, right? At least in the beginning, when like Broken Sword first started out, right? The beginning, you only play as Stobart. Okay, my chapter 3 was the worst one. It never mind. The music just suddenly stopped. It's not there anymore. Yeah, they cut off the music once you finish the game. It's it. Yeah, it's been very fun. A minus for the canopy jar puzzle. Yeah, A minus for the canopy jar puzzle and the logic towards the end. The majority of the game though was very fun. I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed being able to play as like not just Zellner, but as like Adil and the daughter, Alex, as well, because it's nice to see different like perspectives of the game, like what happens, so it's nice. When I first started playing though, I will say I wanted to play like as Zellner because he looks so much like Poirot, like through and through. But it grew on me, like being able to play as the other characters, it grew on me. Okay, but yeah, that is it for the Raven Remastered. Sorry for the lack of music towards the end here. I don't know why they cut it off. But yeah, I will be back tomorrow for those of you who are live, and play more. And for those of you watching on YouTube, thank y'all so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Until then, take care.